Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next chapter, it's really a continuation of chapter 1, but it's topic B, and we're going to start off with some review of powers of 10. So we know that 10 to the 4th means 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, so I'm not writing it as a fraction, but that would give me 10,000. I know that 10 to the 3rd power means 10 times 10 times 10, which if I multiply that out is 1,000. I know that 10 squared is 10 times 10, and 10 to the 1st is 10. And remember, this is a definition that anything that to the 0 power is 1. Then in the last chapter, we did negative exponents. Negative exponents, right? This means turn it into a fraction, or to do the reciprocal of it. So if 10 to the 1st was 10, 10 to the negative 1st is 1 over 10, the reciprocal. 1/10. Actually, I'm not going to write it like that. Sorry. I'm going to write that as a decimal, so we're going to write that as 0.1. 10 to the negative 2, well, 10 to the 2nd was 10 times 10, so this is 1 over 10 times 10, which is 0.01. 10 to the negative 3rd is 1 over 10 times 10 times 10, which is 0.001. And 10 to the 4th is 1 over 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Ooh, draw that line, 0.0001. And if you look, right, this is going to be kind of getting us into, this is going to be prepping us for what we're going to be using these for. So describe what happened to the decimal point in the standard form column as you move down the column. Right? And our decimal points, if you don't see it, it's at the end. So it stays at the end, but what's happening is to go from this line down to this line, we're moving it over 1. And to go from this line to this line, it moved over 1. And so on. Moved over 1, moved over 1, moved over 1. So the decimal moves 1 place to the left, right, as you go down the column. And the reason for that is because we are dividing by 10 each time. All right, describe what happened to the decimal point in the standard form column as you move up. Well, if I'm going the other way, to go from, I'll do it in a different color, to go from here to here, now we're going to the right. And to go from here to here, we're going to the right. And from here to here, we're going to the right. So the decimal moves 1 place to the right. Okay. Describe a pattern in the number of zeros in standard notation used to complete the table. So if you take a look, I had 10 to the 4th. How many zeros did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 10 to the 3rd. I had 1, 2, 3 zeros. 10 to the 2nd, 1, 2 zeros. Oh, look, they made a little happy space. Okay, so the number of the exponent is the number of zeros. Or positive numbers. Because once I got into my negatives, here I had a negative exponent, but that tells me then how many decimal places I need. All right, but it only wanted for the positives there. All right, let's do some more review. So here we have, we're going to go through and review our rules for adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, but it's all standard form. So here I have 10 to the 4th, 10 to the 3rd times 10 to the 4th. Bases are the same, they're being multiplied. So you keep the base, you add the exponents. 3 plus 4 is 7. That's already a positive exponent, so I don't have to worry about that. Standard form, that's going to be 1 with 7 zeros. That's what that tells me. Okay, 10 to the negative 3rd, 10 to the 4th. So we're going to, again, keep the base. We're going to add our exponents. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1. So that's already with a positive exponent. Standard form is just 10. We need 1 0. 10 to the third times 10 to the negative fourth is 10 to the negative 1. Write it with a positive exponent, that's 1 over 10, which is 0.1. 10 to the third divided by, so here's a subtraction problem. When you have dividing, you subtract your exponents, so this is also going to be to the negative 1. 110.1. 10 to the third divided by 10 to the negative fourth. Keep my base. For my exponent rules, I'm really doing 3 minus negative 4. Leave, change, 10 to the 7th. So 10 to the 7th, 7 zeros. Let's see. 10 to the negative third divided by 10 to the negative fourth. So we're going to have 10. Again, my exponent subtraction is really negative 3 minus negative 4. Leave, change. That's 10 to the first, which is 10. Here we have to now multiply our exponents. 10 to the 12th. That is a positive exponent. So that's a 1 with 12 zeros. 3, 6, 9, 12. That's a lot of zeros. Here we're going to have to the negative 12th when I multiply. So as a positive exponent, that's 1 over 10 to the 12th, which means now I'm going to put my decimal point, and I'm going to have 12 decimal places. The last one has to be a 1. 6, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 1. It's like that. 10 to the third times 10 to the, 10 to the negative third times 10 to the negative fourth is 10 to the positive 12th, which is going to be just like this one. It's a lot of zeros. Oh, let's see, what do we have to do with this one? So here's one where I'm going to have to share my exponent. So I'm going to share this, well, 1 to the 4th over 10 to the 12th, which is really 1 over 10 to the 12th. That is a positive exponent already, which means it's going to look like this. So your 11 zeros, and the last place is a 1. This tells me I have to take reciprocal. So this is really going to be 10 to the third to the 4th, which is 10 to the 12th. Which is 10 to the 12th, and we're going to have all those zeros. My arm's getting tired. Here again, so we have to distribute and share this. So this is going to be 1 to the 4th over 10 to the negative 12th, which is 1 over 10 to the negative 12th. Writing it as a positive exponent is 10 to the 12th. So just some practice with and reviewing our rules for powers and the rules of exponents. So the idea here is that as you're changing your decimal, we'll have a better discussion of this in class, when you're adding zeros and changing your exponent, you're adding, moving your decimal place. Any questions? As always, bring your class. Have a good night.